been constant rain. What we need to do is fix the rust, and what we need is a dry day, and we're not getting very lucky and we're running out of time. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Wakey wakey. Right, we finished work. Where are we going, Stevie?
Scotland.
We're going to Scotland.
We're going to Scotland.
Perfect Scottish accents.
No.
So our blinds are very old, and I don't know if anyone else gets this, but we've got blinds that you press it in and they basically slide up, but when it's been raining or there's cold weather, they just stick, and it is an absolute nightmare. So if anyone else goes through the same thing, do let us know in the comments, because we'd like to know we're not alone in this ordeal. This could take half an hour. Morning. Right, so slightly different one here. We are, we've just packed up work and we're on our way to, we're up to Scotland. So this video is going to be slightly different to some of the other ones you've seen, potentially, because we are off to get something done to the van, which we are going to half attempt ourselves. So we're going to make our way up to see some family in Scotland, where we're going to do the work. So we will fill you in as we go, and we will show you what we've got planned when we've got there, hopefully.
If it just doesn't rain constantly.
Yeah, well, you're giving it away a bit now, so come on, let's have a bit of anticipation
it's
here.
A clue.
Yeah, that's it. There's got to be a bit of a storyline, you know, otherwise what's the point, right?
Yeah, otherwise you won't watch it all.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably won't anyway.
Yeah,
so
you might just skip ahead
pointless.
regardless, you know, but whatever. So basically, yeah, we're off to Scotland. We've just finished work and we do plan to visit Scotland while we're up there, and we will be filming some of that. But the first things first, priorities, and our priority is our van. We don't really talk much about our van, and we don't really show you much about what goes on with it. We live in it and we travel in it, and we've loved every second of that. But there are other things that need to be done with a van, as everybody knows. So this video is going to involve a bit of that, potentially. I say potentially all the time, like I'm Simon Cowell, because it might go wrong. We don't actually know what we're doing. Anyway, enough of that. We will fill you in when we get to Scotland. But first up, we were on the hunt for the type of park up we hadn't done for a long time. Right, so we have arrived. We've moved up, driven up the motorway. We're on our way to Scotland, as I was saying earlier, and we've decided to treat ourselves to something that we have done only once since we've basically lived in a van, and we thought we would do a pub stopover. So not done one of these for a long time, so you know, we thought we'd give it a go, and it'd be something really nice after doing 2 weeks of work. On our way to Scotland, we've stopped halfway. We're in Yorkshire somewhere, I believe. Whitby? No, not Whitby. It's called Whitley, I think. It's a village. And as lots of people may know, lots of pubs allow you, if you're in a campervan or motorhome, to stay over for the night. The usual, for free, but the usual thing is obviously if you go in and buy drinks or food. So we kind of thought, rather than stay at a campsite, we didn't need to stay at a campsite or anything, but sometimes we do stay on them, and we thought, actually, doing a pub stopover, you're paying a similar amount of money, but you're actually getting something in return. All right, there's no services, etc., but you're getting something else in return. So, you know, I think they're really worth doing. It's not something we could do all the time. I'm sure it's not something everybody could do all the time, but it's quite nice that you can stop in these places. Obviously, it's good for their business, and it's good for us because we can sleep over in a place, and sleep over in a place without worrying, basically. But in the meantime, bit of a twist. Got something else to show you here. I think everything's kind of reversed. We're in some kind of weird warped world here, as you will see in a minute. So we've gone into an upside down universe here, where Stephen is now exercising out the back of the van, and I'm not doing anything.
Don't like being watched.
No. All right. I wanted to see what you were doing. I might get some ideas. I'm going to get the van set up while Stephen's doing that, and he has been doing those for 10 nights on the trot now, so it's really good, and it's something he wants to continue while we're on the road. So hopefully we can do that. He's doing it on the grass out the back, so there's always, where there's a will there's a way. Okay, so honestly, it's normally Stephen that actually puts the bed up. So I do it every now and again, but somehow, you know, you just fit into the roles of what you do in a van. Like somebody does the washing up or somebody does this, whatever it is, you know. So I'm kind of looking at this now like, I don't know, like I'm on Bake Off, and I've just got one of those tasks where you've got to make something, but you actually don't know what the hell it is, and you've got the ingredients. So it really feels a bit confusing. I'm halfway there, so hopefully it's going to be fine. I knew it. I've forgotten the mattress. This is the first thing that goes on. See, this is why he does it. I'm crap at this. You know, for all that our camper van is teeny tiny, we can say that the bed, at least, is actually pretty big for the size it is. I'm 6'1" and I can lay pretty much stretched out. It is easier for me to lie diagonally, but I can lie comfortably that way well enough. The middle bit is a bit iffy because it's held up by some kind of loose metal beams, supports, so it can fall through sometimes, but yeah, you get used to it.
Very expensive pints. £5.45.
It's outrageous, isn't it? Such is the times, though, I guess.
But we have been working for the last 2 weeks, and I think we want to just enjoy it.
We've got a place to ourselves. It's a Monday, so it's very quiet, but it should be nice.
We like quiet.
We do like quiet. We prefer that. We don't do rowdy. Not very often.
Rowdy? We don't do peopling.
We don't do people. So this is absolutely perfect, basically. So cheers to that.
Ching ching.
Ching ching. But yeah, it's £5.45 for a pint of Stella each, which it's a little bit on the high side, but also quite normal for pubs now. However, yeah, come up north, they said it will be cheaper. Not always, depends where you go, I guess. Maybe it's just the beer we bought, I don't know, it might just be an expensive area, but obviously, as anyone knows, down south that's quite regular now to get a pint of Stella. You know, it'll be a fiver. £5.45 is pushing it up even further, but you know, I don't know what to say. It is what it is, but it is a really nice pub. It's really peaceful. There's lots of space. As I was saying earlier, you've got a huge garden there. They do a carvery on a Sunday if you want that, and they do food as well, which actually looks really well priced. So we might try some of that a bit later on. I think we will actually. Right, we've gone for the calls this time. What do you think, Steve?
I don't know, how much was it?
So that was £9.60, I think,
Then
for
I
the two.
prefer it.
Slightly
It's
better.
much better.
2 pints still. So what's that? £4 there? No, wait.
£1.30 cheaper.
£4. Hang on, what did I say it was? £9?
£9.60.
£9.60.
So it's £4.70. Is that right?
No, £4.80. £4.80 each.
After the ever-important debate about the price of pints, we ordered some food which was delicious and really well priced as said, so definitely a pub to recommend. We then settled down for the night before making our way to Scotland, driving through weather that was going to pretty much define the next few weeks.
Morning. Morning. Sorry, I'm just waking up, so a bit tired looking this morning. To quickly sum up, we're visiting Stephen's mum. She's in the process of moving at the moment, so we're going to be helping her with that. But Stephen's mum's partner is quite handy with cars and vehicles and stuff. He's done it all his life, so he's going to help us with the rust and guide us towards fixing it, and hopefully give us the tools to kind of fix it in future if it happens again. So we'll show you some bits and bobs on the van, and it's not horrific, but some bits are probably a bit more horrific than others. So we need to get it done. This is our home. We live in it. We want to get it sorted, basically. So that's it really, that's the gist. And as you can see, we're in Scotland. It is absolutely beautiful. They kind of live in the middle of nowhere. It's a shame they're moving, but again, that's another story. We won't go into all of that, but yeah, really lovely surroundings. We are in the Ockhill Hills, I believe, just surrounded by nature, which is lovely. But anyway, on to the rust. So when we bought Daisy, she was pretty much in exactly the same condition she is now. Apologies for our terrible blinds, they also need fixing, but that's another job for another day. This side of the van isn't too bad. It's never been too rusty. There's a few little pockets, but generally she's not too bad this side. So one of the main problems is our side door, the sliding door. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of rust on the side. Now, we haven't normally, some of you might have picked up on this, but we don't normally show this in our videos. You know, we don't want to have Daisy looking at her worse, so we try not to feature it too much unless it's part of the actual video. And obviously now it is. So that's one thing to be done, and it's quite bad. And in the past, you can see it's been done before. So yeah, there's other bits and bobs to do there. As a general thing, you know, the door in itself is pretty worse for wear. A few other pockets, I won't go over every little bit of rust, but the other one that's quite bad is down the bottom of the windscreen here. So as you can see, all at the bottom of the glass, mostly on this side actually. This one's not too bad. In fact, this side's pretty good. It's only on this side. So yeah, that's the gist of it basically. When we bought the van, so we've had her over 18 months now, it'll be getting on for 2 years in November, that was all there. So it's not like we've let her deteriorate and get really bad. Some of it has got slightly worse, of course, since we've got her, but all of this stuff was in place. We knew it was there, we knew it was there to deal with. So that's the job this week. I don't know what we're going to be filming of it. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you along for some parts. This isn't going to be a DIY how to do it kind of video, because we're not very good at that, but we will show you what we're doing, and we'll, you know, whether it works or not basically. So yeah, we're just bringing you along for the ride. That's just where we're at for now. Steve's raring to go.
Cold.
I mean, what is this, winter or something?
I think so.
Just to point out, this is the middle of July and it's a sunny day and Stephen's sat there wrapped up. But to be fair, it is a little bit chilly, isn't it?
Just some exercise in a minute, that'll warm me up anyway.
It doesn't feel like July. So one of the things we showed you last year, I think it was in that video, and that was September, was there's two reservoirs. So you've got upper and lower Glen Reservoir, and the upper one was so empty, it was so low that you saw buildings that had been, I think they had been there since before the 1950s or something. I can't remember exactly, but they were ancient buildings, not ancient but very old, and it rarely got to that level where it was that low. And the last couple of years it's happened more often, which is really worrying. So we're in July now, so it's not quite a full summer that's passed, but I do know that July's obviously had a lot more rain. So on my run, I thought I'd come up here, have a look, see how it's doing, see what condition it's in now, and give a little update. So fingers crossed there's actually a bit more water in there. All right, moment of truth. Ooh. Don't trip up. Okay. Now, I don't live here, so I don't know what's normal as such, but maybe that's still a bit lower than I was expecting. I've seen it before, as I said in that video previously. I've seen it up to the top of the rim here basically, and I'm assuming it can then spill into that and go down to the lower reservoir. There's other ways it goes down to that as well, which is the one we just passed over there. Yeah, much higher than when we saw it in September, so that's great. And obviously we haven't had a full summer yet, so it could lower down to that level again. I don't know, maybe I was expecting it to be higher because they've had a lot of rain up here, and actually speaking to Steve's mum and her partner, they said it's pretty much rained all July. So because of the hot June, I'm guessing that was low again, and it's only just started to replenish. So probably still not good, but I don't know, somebody who knows the region more might say this is actually okay. So first step, sanding. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Yeah.
That's all we can offer.
Yeah.
Welcome to our DIY video.
Yeah.
So we've gone the next step down on the sandpaper just to kind of smooth it out. We haven't finished, just to smooth it out a bit. That's all we can say. That's, I don't know what you call it. That's our terminology. Do not come to us for rust fixing tips or any tips ever. We're just giving you a video of what we're doing. That's literally on with the show. I press that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one nearest to me.
I'm so good at this. Quick update on what we're doing. Since we showed you us taking off the rust of the door of the van the other day, we haven't been able to do anything at all. It's been constant rain. We're in Scotland, so normal, but also this is happening all over the country at the moment. I don't know when you're going to end up watching this video, but just for reference sake, it's July, so it's definitely been a very wet July, which, by the way, both of us would take 100% over the heat wave that's going on elsewhere. We really would. We'd rather sacrifice the sun if it meant avoiding that kind of stuff. Still, what we need to do is fix the rust, and what we need is a dry day, and we're not getting very lucky, and we're running out of time. We've only got a week left, so there's a small window of opportunity tomorrow, and it looks like the only window of opportunity that we're gonna hopefully just get up, crack on, and do it all in one day. We're probably not going to get everything done that we wanted, but it's better than nothing. And if nothing else, it gives us a bit of knowledge in order to fix things in future. But yeah, it's just been shit, basically. The weather's been awful, so I don't mind this weather, neither does Stephen, but when you need to do something and it's outdoor work, yeah, it's really worrying, and we haven't got much time left. So, we'll see what tomorrow brings.
So with one day of good weather, which looked iffy in itself, we ploughed on with what we could finish before the heavens opened yet again. With the sanding done, we papered up the sides, eventually leading to Stephen's mum's husband, the amazing Tam, using his tools to prime and eventually paint our side door, as well as a few other pockets of rust. We are so grateful for his expertise, and it has at least given us some idea how to tackle similar problems by ourselves in the future. Hopefully.
Okay, so we've done what we can do. We had the one day of good weather, and we cracked on with it, sanded it down, did all the bits and bobs, put some primer on it, and then we put some paint over it. So Tam helped us with most of that, so thank you, Tam, really appreciate it. Why am I crossing my fingers? I don't know what I mean. The point is, we really appreciate it. But we couldn't get everything done because of the weather, and that's okay, because anything is better than nothing. You know, it needed some work doing, and it's as simple as that. So we've come away with improvements. The only thing is, the colour, it's beautiful, like we've got a clean white door again, but when you stand it next to the others, and by the way, she really needs a wash. We know that. We know she needs lots of other work. There's many things on this van that when you look closely, God love her, that need improving, so we're well aware of that, and we'll try and do them in due course. The main thing was to do the rust on the door, the wheel arch. There's another bit we didn't get round to, but we know a little bit about what we're doing now, so hopefully we can do that ourselves when we park up somewhere in the future. But yeah, it's she's a mishmash at the moment.
But it's only really this side of the van that's actually that colour, because if you go round you can see, you know, we didn't do all of this, we just did the wheel arch, but you can see it's the same colour, it's just that part of the van. We did that wheel arch. We did that wheel arch. And then did along the bottom. But you can see that all blends quite nicely, that side. But the other side is just obvious. So we might just do one more door at a time when we get the opportunity and the place to do it. We can do it again ourselves, can't we? But still, shiny white handle.
We're not looking for perfection, we just want it to be functionable, livable, and enable us to continue our travel. So hopefully that's done a bit towards it. We've got blinds that they're the original blinds, they're great, but they're just on their way out now, so I don't know how we can go about fixing them. The windows at the top, we won't talk about that. There's still some rust at the front of this windscreen, but it's not too bad. But the wheel arch is done, so yeah, all in all, it could be a lot worse. The fact is it's actually a lot better, and we're really grateful to Stephen's mum's partner for helping us do this, because we wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. So yeah, it's all good. This is the first time we've ever done anything on her like this, so you know, I'd say it's an improvement and it's a learning curve, you know. So yeah, she's a mishmash. She's not all perfectly in sync, but we don't care because we love her anyway.